When it comes to dieting and building muscle, there's things that no one tells you about that not only can make your journey easier and get you greater results, but most importantly, save you years of frustration. And trust me when I say, you don't want to learn this stuff the hard way. How do I know? I've been at this for 19 years, ever since I was a little baby bitch. I had to drive an hour yesterday to get that thing, because if you couldn't tell, it's a scrapbook that one of my exes made me. So, goes without saying that I too was in an abusive relationship. I stand with Johnny. She never shit my bed though. One thing I really wish I knew is that you don't need to be swimming in a calorie surplus to build muscle. The people that have dedicated their lives to the science behind building muscle, like Andy Galpin, say you only need to be in a 10% calorie surplus to grow, which is roughly 200 extra calories. But in my experience, that's way more than you need. And I've definitely fallen into the trap of trying to eat big to get big and thinking, wow, I am making some serious progress. Whatever I'm doing must be working because even my bulge looks bigger. Not realizing I was a fat mess and I developed what the medical community defines as a FUDA. In my experience, you don't even need to be in a surplus to put on muscle. Some of the best progress I've made, which I define as putting on lean muscle mass without increasing your body fat, has been in a calorie deficit. And sure, you can blame it on being a more experienced lifter or being on HRT, but I've been able to replicate this with everybody I've worked with. The major thing it comes down to is how much protein you're taking in. When someone's on a calorie-restricted diet and the majority of their calories are coming from protein, you're pushing it towards that extreme end, they're gonna grow. End of story. Also, if you're wondering why it looks like somebody robbed me, it's because pay no attention to that. It's because my wife asked me to get something for her to float on in the pool, and I'm an asshole. I think John C. Reilly said it best. I don't get out of bed unless I have a hard-on about something. And this thing? Whoo! If that doesn't give you a chubby, nothing will. Which brings me to another thing that people don't tell you about dieting is, yeah, when you put on muscle, you burn more calories, but still, you're always fucking hungry. You could be minding your own business, supporting some lovely lady on OnlyFans, and then you start looking, oh wow, that kind of looks like a double shit. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of work to be done, like getting the previous owner's shit out of there, but it's gonna be glorious. Which brings me to the next thing that I wish I knew way back then, which is you're always fatter than you think you are. It never fails. You sit down with somebody, ask them about their goals, and it turns out they're crazy. They look you straight in the face and then lie to themselves, telling you at most they got 5 pounds to lose. The first thing that comes to mind is, I hate you. But then you think back and remember you thought the same exact way. You justify having a bunch of carbs because you felt flat. Or you wake up in the morning and thought, well, I am really watery today. You're not flat, you're small, you're not watery, you're fat. The moment you can come to terms with that, you're gonna start getting some real results. And everybody will try to help you and make you feel better and tell you the opposite. You don't need friends like that. Hey Siri. Uh-huh. Why am I so fat?
You are perfect to me.
Fucking liar. Here's the deal. I'm not your friend. Think of me as your fat camp counselor. Anytime you want to justify eating something you shouldn't be, or you feel like, I can't work out hard enough because I'm in a calorie deficit, just know that if I was there, I'd grab you by the side and say, why don't you fuel up on this fucking muffin? And lastly, it's something that a lot of people never learn, which is it's not about the weight you move, it's your connection to it. That's why the first thing I'm gonna do when I get that space finished is put out a new program. So obviously comment below what you want that to be. I emailed a lot of people and I got some pretty good responses. This one's my favorite. I need you to unfuck yourself, you fucking donkey. It's my kind of guy. If you haven't checked out the old programs, they're only $20, link below. Get after it. Nice tan, asshole.